Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome to Sunday night KnitChat Cafe.
This just feels like the weirdest day to me. All day I've been thinking it's Monday, but then I realized I have to podcast tonight, so it felt like Tuesday. It's just, it has messed with me.
I don't even know what day it is. I just know I'm leaving tomorrow and I still have to pack. Other than my knitting stuff is organized.
So of course, that's ready. Of course,
it's ready. It's ready. Yep. I know. Yes. Kelly and I were just talking before. I hate packing. I hate it.
I do too.
So it's much easier when it's the end of the trip and you have to pack everything back in your suitcase to come home, because you just got to fit it all in. Then you don't have to make any decisions.
It doesn't even matter. And it's almost as if I feel I get packing paralysis. I don't know if this speaks to anybody else, but like I will have it in my head for days that, I'll start thinking about what I'm going to put in the suitcase and everything. But when it actually comes to doing it, it's just like a packing paralysis. I will do any task in the house to avoid doing it. And I can't do it. And then my anxiety about the trip increases. And Noelle and I were just saying this. I don't even feel that I will work myself up to a point where I don't even want to go on the vacation. But then
I don't want to have to make those decisions.
That's right. But then once I'm once I'm on my way, all is good. And I know I'm going to have a great time, but it's just getting worse. Does anybody else experience this? Or is this just like, is this a Noelle and I oddity? But like, chime in if you do, or maybe if you got some tips on how to help that would be appreciated too. So
I know. And yeah, so like yesterday I had the whole family over for dinner because, why not invite them all over instead of packing?
Yes, that's right.
So,
and you can put it off even longer.
It was nice to see them all. And yep. So yeah, and we've had wonderful weather here for the last few days. It's been, today was hot.
It's 27 degrees. Yes, it is. And it's supposed to be this warm all week. So that's nice. I am not complaining. I'm not complaining. It's, it feels and really
it's still, when the sun goes down, it still cools off. So
yeah. So it's good for sleeping at night. It's just nice days. So anyway, we should say that we are welcome to the podcast, everybody.
Yes, we did. Oh yeah. Sorry. This is not a packing podcast.
No, it's not. It's not a travel podcast. It's not a weather podcast. Believe it or not, we are a mostly knitting podcast. My name is Kelly, and this is my friend.
Well,
and just to throw us for a loop. Yes.
The podcast name is
Knits and Pieces.
And this is our get together, which is at the KnitChat Cafe. So we want to welcome everybody. We know it's a different time. So, we hope that maybe there's some people that are with us tonight that can't normally join us on a Tuesday night. We always find that happens when we switch the date or the time. So welcome to everybody, and a big hello to everybody that watches after the fact too.
Absolutely.
We're all welcome here. So.
Yes. And we are coming to you today. Both of us are near the same location. Yeah. We are in Southwestern Ontario in Canada. So, yes. So we know what you did yesterday.
Yes, I did.
I actually went to Kitchener. I went to Kitchener with Carrie to the KW Knitters Fair. And I had a great day. We had a great day. And they have almost like rebranded themselves this year with a new logo, and it's a really good logo. It's very modern. I find it's very subtle. It's very welcoming. I like everything about the way they have rebranded, and they had these really cute stickers, and I like the stickers so much that I made sure I got a couple. They are nowhere to be found today. I was planning to show this beautiful new logo off, and I just wanted to say that they did such a lovely job of organizing the show. It was Carrie's first time attending the show. I have a picture of Carrie and I here yesterday. Nice. And after we took the picture, a few people pointed out that, her sweater would have looked just as nice with my dress as the one I wore. It's that weird color again. You can switch it up to a lot of different things. So we had a great day there, and got to see a lot of people and a lot of really good things, and bought a few things to bring home as well. And I just want to say a big thank you to everybody that stopped to chat. It's so nice to see everybody. And I met a few new people that we know the names of. You would recognize the names too, Noelle, from in here, but didn't have a face. So got to meet a few new faces and got to revisit with lots of, I don't want to say old faces. That's not the right word, but we are already familiar with faces. Familiar faces. Yes. That's a better word. Yes. Got to visit some familiar faces, and we just had a really, really great day. So
good.
A big thank you to the KW group for hosting that. And
it's basically sort of the start of knitting festival season.
It sort of is. It's like the grand kickoff. And I don't know, did I already just say this? It was Carrie's first time attending. Yes. Did I say that? Yes. And she had a great time too. She said it was first class. So she hasn't been to a lot of festivals, but we did drag her along with us to Montreal last year. So she got her first sampling of a big show at Knit City, Montreal. And she said that she felt the KW was every bit as good. And it was really nice to see a lot of our more local vendors to us as well.
Yeah.
So that's always good. And, of course, getting to visit our regulars. And so also, before we move on from that, so Leo and Roxy was there from the Little Red Mitten, which is Jolynn and Jillian, and something I wanted to remind people of because we talked a lot about it yesterday, and hopefully that's coming up soon. So October 3rd to the 5th is the Flock Together event in St. Thomas, and it is I would loosely call it a knitting retreat because it's more of a maker's retreat, but then there are some classes. So you can go onto the Little Red Mitten website. You can see the classes that they're offering. But if there's nothing there, you can just come out and hang out and make. And it is for knitters, crocheters. There were people stitching. Some people bring their spinning wheels and they're spinning. Carrie's going to bring her ankle loom. I think that's the right wording. So she's going to do a little bit of weaving. It's just all the good making things. And there is a trunk show that is going to be happening at the Mitten that weekend. Allison and Jessica will be there from Full Moon Fibers. They've got some really cool, great new offerings in their shop. And then they're staying for the weekend and they're going to hang out and just spend some time with the retreaters as well. Good. So it's going to be a great event. So you can check out more details on their website. And if you haven't been to something like that before, I highly encourage you to check it out.
Yep.
Okay.
I know I actually meant to talk about that on Tuesday, and we got talking about so many things I totally forgot.
I know, but there's still time to sign up.
There's still time. That's right. It's not for a couple of weekends, actually.
That's right. Yes. And even if you don't want to come for the whole weekend, if you are within the area that you can just come and spend a day, that would be great too. So Sarah's posting in here too. She goes, plus, oh yes, that's right. Plus there will be craftivities such as carding fiber with leftover bits. And I heard them talk about the possibility of there was going to be a put and take table this time. So if you have some things that you'd like to pass on to somebody else, you can come and put them on the table and feel free to take anything that may be on the table. Yes. Did I get it all, Sarah? Sarah's left me a few notes in here that I'm trying to catch up with. So yes. And Sarah was also saying too, that she felt like there were quite a few new vendors when we went to KW yesterday, because Sarah was there as well. We got to hang out a bit with them and her sister, Katie, and her mom. So we had a really good day.
Good.
Oh, sorry. Sarah. Okay. Thank you, Sarah. I should have made notes. There is a class on needle felting, landscape, and then there's also another class on textured weaving. So if either of those things are your jam, and I can say that the needle felting is really fun. Not that I did a landscape, but when I was in Chilliwack, Kendall and I did a needle felting class, and we made, I made that adorable little critter up there behind me that's supposed to be Roxy. And anyway, we had a really fun time doing it. So, and it's easy, I really think anybody can do it. So definitely here's your chance to sign up. Yeah, somebody said we're matching with our braids tonight. Well,
it was like too hot to have my hair down. So
yeah, it was one
of those. I wanted to get in before I go away. I wanted to get in a trip to the hairdressers. That never happened. So I'm gonna have to trim my bangs. I'm gonna have to trim my bangs tonight. But it'll be fine. I mean, I went for 2 years during the pandemic without getting anything done, so I think I can handle it. So.
I did like a good 3-inch trim a couple of weeks ago on mine as well. It just feels good to like freshen it up. So yeah. So. And furthermore, when you're on vacation, nobody knows you anyway. So
That's right. That's
Doesn't
right.
matter.
That's right. And I think, why am I so worried about the clothes I'm taking too? Because realistically,
Nobody knows.
other than the friends we're going with, and they don't mind, nobody's going to know what. So anyway, it'll be fine. I will get that. So
okay,
it'll be fine. Okay. So
all right.
Did you have any questions?
I did not.
Okay. And I did not. And I haven't been. I've been busy not packing, busy getting ready. And as far as I could tell, there wasn't any. So if you do have some, put them in and we will get to them next time. So maybe we should move on to what we are wearing.
I feel like I just need to take a deep breath. That was a lot.
So, yeah. Okay. So, okay. Well, you talk, so I'll go first here.
Yes, please talk for a bit.
So I am wearing the Burmese Basic 28 by Beth McDonald Stone. And this is in a series of patterns that Beth put out that basically is a round yoke, plain tee that you can kind of do whatever you want with, tee or sweater, because you can make it long sleeved or short sleeved. And she did it in all different gauges. I believe that it started at a 12. I'm not positive. I think it was a 12 up to a 28. So this is the 28. And 28 stitches for 4 inches. I used Holstgarn Coast, which actually worked out perfectly at that gauge. And I've got just a couple of pictures here. Where is it? So it's got, and I used the random stripe generator to.
Yes, you did. I was just thinking that when I was looking at the sweater. Yeah.
To generate a stripe sequence, because I knew I wanted to stripe it, but I didn't just want like all the same size stripes. So I used a random stripe generator. And I actually really like this, even for just like wearing under, like I've got a couple of pairs of short overalls for the summer, and I really like it just under that. So the Coast is a mix of, I think it's 55% lamb's wool, 45% cotton. So the colors that I used are, the blue is sapphire, the orangey color is amber, the this greeny yellow color is honeydew, the purpley color is plum, and then that creamy color in it is called dove. And I mean, the Coast has such good yardage. Like this sweater, I think Coast has like 350 meters for 50 grams. So like this sweater weighs nothing. It really is a lightweight sweater. So even when you do something like this or use that random stripe generator, it would be a perfect way to use up a lot of like little bits and pieces that you have, because some of these, I mean, even the dove itself, I think I only used like 0.6 of a 50-gram cake. So you can really do a lot with it. And no, okay, I did not hold it double. This is held single. So the single makes a really nice summer fabric. And then I find when you use it double, that's what I did my beachside crew in. I find it makes a nice like transition piece to wear in the spring or the fall. Actually, my beachside crew, that is one thing that I did decide that I am going to take to Croatia with me. So the random stripe generator, I just went in and typed in random stripe generator, and you can find them just on a Google search. And some of them have actual pictures of colors, so you can kind of pick out colors that closely resemble the colors that you're going to use. And then you can have it do random stripes, or you can have it do even stripes, or there's a lot of different variations that you can use. So it's kind of cool just to put them in, and you can keep hitting it until you get a sequence that you like. So. Okay, can you still hear me?
I can hear you now. You can hear me.
Yeah,
okay, sorry.
Yeah, you were not.
I noticed that my earpiece is twisted around another cord. When I went to turn around to get a ball of yarn, I realized I have no lead. I am literally tied to this chair now, so I can't move. And I went to unplug it and untwist it, and that didn't work. So then it muted my mic. But anyway, how long does it go before you'll get back to that sequence? Like, what if you see a sequence that you sort of like and you think, oh, well, maybe I like this one, but I'll keep going. Can you get back to that one, or do you have to save it first? Or
yeah, you would save it. And it will tell you, actually, I think it told me how many rows of each.
Okay.
But you do have to save it, because it may not go back to the one. So just take a screenshot of it.
Okay.
If you find one that you like. So.
Okay.
Now, I don't know if it would eventually go back to the one, but I'd probably forget what it was, though. So it wouldn't matter.
After a while, they probably all start to look the same too, right?
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
So,
okay. All right. And I am wearing the Sommer Canoes by Elsbeth Judith. I knit this a couple of years ago, and I don't even know if I've worn it yet this summer. So I saw it up there today, and I thought, well, better get this one in. So this one is using the drop spell, and you see, I do still have my thing up here. So I knit it using size 5mm needles. I did make the size large, and I used 5.5 skeins for this. It is a longer sweater. It's not a crop sweater. I've got a couple of pictures here. So it is pretty long. And I find after you wear it for a little bit, it gets a little bit longer. But the beauty of the drop spell is that you can just toss it in the washing machine. I still put it in like a little fabric bag, just so it doesn't get pulled out of shape in the washing machine. And I do that. And then I actually throw this one in the dryer too. And I find that then I can get a couple of wears out of it before it's sort of stretched out to a point where I feel it's a little bit too loose again. But I really enjoyed this sweater for the, I like sweaters that have this sort of gansy knit pattern. So you're only doing, it's very, very simple to knit. It's basic knit and purl stitches, but you are never doing anything more than just like a segment of a pattern, and then you're on to the next pattern. And it's so, yeah, it's, I don't know what else to say about it. It's nice. I like that this is up a little bit higher. And then it does repeat a little bit lower, but it's sort of like at your waist. So that's okay too. I wouldn't have liked it if that lace was sort of right at the bra line, but this way you can wear it just with a beige bra, and it's all good to go. So,
okay. So do you have any finishes?
I do not.
Okay.
How many days has it been? 3 days?
5.
No.
5.
My
5.
Goodness. So.
Okay. I have one.
Okay.
So just a small one. So it is my Riptide Scarfette by Jennifer Shields Toland. And this is the one that I started for my easy knit, but then I like knitting them so much, I get it done. And I just wanted this one to be a short one that I tie around and just flip over once. So this is done in County Vacay yarns. It's Rosehaven yarns. This base is called Knitted Bliss, and this is a merino cashmere yak blend, and it just feels absolutely amazing. It's a DK weight yarn, and I think there's 250 meters in 100 grams, and this took 40 grams. So I've got enough left that I'm going to make some matching fingerless mitts to go with it. But look how that Riptide pattern just
really shows up in that yarn. Yes.
And the pattern is so much fun to do. Like it's a perfect pattern, because once you get past your increasing, then you're basically just doing the same thing all the way down until you get to like where you do the decreasing, which basically mirrors what she does at the start. And it's a nice pattern too, because when you turn it to the reverse side, it still doesn't necessarily look like a wrong side fabric.
No,
so it means when you put your scarf on, you don't have to worry too much about whether you have one thing turned over the other. But yeah, and perfect pattern. This is going to be nice and cozy. Like I'm envisioning this just with like a white or a cream colored t-shirt and your jean jacket, and just that little bit of warmth when it gets into the cooler fall days. And then hopefully a little pair, which I'll probably do the Riptide mitts to go with it. So
very nice.
Yeah. And this yarn, the squish, I mean, honestly, it's just so nice.
The squish is real.
The squish is real. It's just, so that was fun. And I finished it actually today instead of packing, because I thought I'm almost done it. I don't want to take it with me when I've only got a little bit left to do on it. I want to get it done. And so
I just have to ask though, was Ross actually saying nothing if you were sitting there knitting and not packing, and he knows you're not packed?
No, he knows I'll get packed. He knows this happens every time.
Okay.
So
because Mike would probably be starting to get antsy. He'd be saying, Cal, we have to leave in the morning. Are you going to?
Well, I mean, I'm also up at 5. Like we're not leaving till 10 tomorrow morning. I'm also up at 5. So, and I've made sure that everything that I need is washed and
Yes.
So there's none of that. And yeah, so anyway, okay. So that was my only FO. So
okay.
Do you have any whips? Yes.
Yes.
You do.
I keep casting on. It's becoming
I know, me too.
And
I have more cast-ons that I'm taking with me.
I know. It's like oh gosh. It's yeah. I don't know. I just keep seeing things that I want to cast on. And then, so what I'm trying to do now, and this week has been, I've mentioned before, but I resumed my full-time position at the fairgrounds as fair support. So that will take me up to the week after Thanksgiving fair. So I have a lot less knitting time now that I'm full days in an office, but so what I'm trying to do, I keep casting on. I can't stop, but I say, okay, you can work on this, in the evening for an hour, but then you have to switch and work on something else. So what that results in, like, while it sounds that I'm being very productive, because I keep spreading it over so many projects, actually, I have very little to show from where we were 5 days ago, but I know that I've knit on each of these things in the last 5 days. And Carrie was very kind yesterday. She offered to drive. She said, you're probably a little short on knit time, and then you've got the show on Sunday. So she said, if you want to knit, I'll drive. So I was really grateful for that too. So okay.
So how many do you have that you worked on?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, I have 5 that I worked on.
Okay, you get to start.
Okay, so
yes, Kathy, cast-on-itis it is for sure.
It is. So the first one is
very nice.
These are the Beaver Swans by Noelle. This is a free pattern on Ravelry. It's a fingering weight sock. I've done it on a 2.25 millimeter needle. My cream color is Barocco Vintage Sock in the colorway Buttercream. And then my other color is Mary Maxim. It's a gradient yarn. It is perfectly paired duo, and it just has a color number, and the color number is, oh no, it has a name. Tainture?
No. That's
is that not the,
that's called the dye. That's a French word.
Okay, but it says color, and then beside that it says that.
Yeah, but it's trust
Anyways,
me.
Whatever.
Yeah, it's the French word for,
I don't know. Oh, I believe that sounds right, but
yes.
Okay, so let me see.
It's probably just a number.
Okay, there might be a color. Okay, so Tanda de Matisse, is that the color?
Turn the label around. Can I see it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's not.
Yeah, I can't read it. It's not focusing.
Okay. No.
Okay. Anyway, I don't know what the color, because it says dye lot, but then I don't see a dye lot. But anyway, that's the color right there. It looks like that.
Okay. So, it's very nice. It's a lovely color.
But that's a whole 50-gram cake. So here's the one that I just finished, and I've got lots of this left to finish the other socks. So I'm debating whether I should make it match this exactly, or whether I want all the colors in one pair of socks. Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking I want all the colors in one pair of socks. So I might start now with the blue, because it's still going to have the cream colored cuff, and you're still going to have the cream going through it. I'm not sure what color I'm going to get at the heel, but I usually always do perfectly matched, and these will look different. And you know what? If I don't like it, I can knit another 2 socks from this ball that will identically match the socks that I've got.
Yes. Just in case you don't have, enough sock yarn to knit something entirely different.
That's right. So yeah, so it was really fun. So you've got this little beaver tail is what it means. You've got this little beaver tail pattern that goes down the front, down here, and then you've got not quite a total stockingette sole, because when you get into here, there's also a slip stitch pattern that puts like this little diamond pattern on your sole. And then they've done the gusset a little bit differently, where your gusset decreases are actually done along here as opposed to down. They usually see them down this way, like a curve this way. These ones are done more like straight across there. So it was kind of neat and kind of interesting to do, and it was fun. And other than you do have to like watch a little bit just to make sure you know what row you're on, but still pretty easy. And again, it's a free pattern. Really fun. So Yeah.
I think it's really good too, just by the luck of the, because we had this conversation last week about how
that they've turned out. Yeah.
Yeah. And yours have just worked out perfectly, that your little beaver tails are all the same color, because it could easily have, you know, if that was a variation, like if your stripe was a row shorter, you would end up having more than one color.
And I think it's more because it's a gradient rather than a stripe. So if you went into doing it like with a self-striping yarn that only has about 4 or 5 rows in one color, I'm not sure where everything would fall then.
Yeah, so that sock is going to look completely different dependent upon the yarn that you choose, right? But it's pretty amazing that yours have all worked out that way.
Yeah, you could use just 2 colors too, right? You don't have to do a gradient.
True. Yeah, true.
So, but yeah, so they're a lot of fun. So they are one of the things that are coming with me. So.
Okay. Just a couple of comments here before we go on. So Gwendy is saying that she really wants to cast on the Rosie sweater. I'm telling you, Gwendy, that has been, I keep looking at that for 2 weeks now.
I know.
I have yarn for it, and I keep thinking, just cast it on. And I'm like, Kelly, no, finish a sweater, like finish something.
I know. I've
been looking at it for 2 weeks. I love it.
Peer Gynt, and then this beautiful, either a teal blue to go through it or the burgundy.
Yeah, I love that sweater pattern. So, and then Nancy is saying, I think she's referencing back to our packing paralysis. And she said, can you imagine if you had to pack for your husbands? Okay. No, Nancy, no,
it would not happen.
I used to have to pack for Mike, and now he insists on packing for himself. But let me tell you, he's not great at it. He's quick at it, but he always forgets something. And don't even get me started on the time that we were in Mexico and we had to go shopping for underwear for him. So like, it's very strange because it wasn't at a I don't know what the word is, but it was a very like traditional part of Mexico where you go in and you go and you tell the lady what it is that you want. And she basically goes and picks these things out for you. So 2 years. It's quite a little situation, but anyway. Okay. What did I work on? All right. So I'll just go in order of my table here. So working on my Sheep Camp sweater by Jennifer Berg. I think I had just split for sleeves when we met 5 days ago. So now I am still split for sleeves, but I am now, I think I've probably put a good 2 inches or maybe more on it this week, it's at the easy part. So I'm just going round and round. So this is really easy to work on. If I'm talking to somebody, I don't have to even look at this knitting. I'm just knitting around, but and now that we can actually see some of this tonal green, I love it. I love the way this is working out. So I am alternating skeins, and I am using the Knitting Loft Mesa yarn. Oh shoot, that just made me think of something. But anyway, okay, I'm using the Knitting Loft Mesa, and this is the colorway Moss. And this one, I used almost one full skein of the Dyed in the Wool, and the colorway is called Family Jewels. And I didn't do any color. Well, I did the teeniest bit of color management on it, but I was only left with like a little ball like this. And I absolutely love the way this just filled in that yoke. It was completely unplanned, and it's just the way the skein rolled out. And so again, it's just like the socks that you were working on. It's really dependent upon what yarn you choose, how this might work out. But I could not be happier with the way this one's working out. So,
well, I really find with Spin Cycle, if you just have to use one skein and it's in a yoke, it usually works out. Where I find I get into a lot of color management is if the whole sweater's got it and you're starting to match some sleeves and yes, then I find it harder to manage the yarn and get it
for a yoke. It's good. It's really good. And it's a pleasure to knit with too. It really is. And it's all good. Okay.
My next whip. My next whip is.
While you're showing that, I'm actually going to scoot away and grab what I just remembered that I forgot. So.
Okay. So my next sweater that I'm working on is a baby sweater. It is the Olive Sweater by Pernille Larsen, and I do have a picture of it. So this is a sweater that I'm doing for a friend of mine's granddaughter. So this is yarn that I went last week to the sale at the Knitting Loft, And my friend came along with me and picked out the color that she wanted. So the yarn that I'm doing it in is Knitting for Olive merino cotton in the colorway Ballerina. So here's the yarn. So this yarn is 70% merino and 30% cotton. And I'm holding it double in this sweater. And it's really, really working out nicely. So I'm doing the size 18 months, but my gauge is a little bit bigger, which is good because I actually want the sweater to be like a size 2. So the neckband is a 2x2 rib. It looks tiny there, but it's really got quite a bit of stretch in it. But this pattern is just so much. I really enjoy knitting the pattern, and she's got it lined up. So you get these nice raglan increases. Yeah, and the pattern's just really fun to knit. So I've got it to the point where I have separated for the sleeves and I'm into the body of it. So no more increasing or anything. So this is also coming with me, because the pattern, like, once you might have to look at Knit Companion every once in a while, but for the most part, now that I'm down to and all my increases are done, it's pretty easy to remember the pattern. So it's really, really cute. And I really like this yarn. This is the first time that I've worked with this yarn, and I'm really, really liking it. So yeah, so that's going to be another project that's coming with me. So hopefully I have room for clothes after I pack my knitting projects.
Kim just signed in. Kim is she is one of the dyers, because her husband Colin is the other dyer for Ginger Snap yarn. And she's just said, what did I miss? We had a dyeing tragedy. Do we even want to know, Kim? Gosh, I hope it's okay. Okay. Penny's asking if there is an adult version of that sweater.
Yes, there is.
Yes, there is. It's gorgeous.
Yes. There's also a cardigan. There's also a cardigan version, which was really cute.
Oh, that's really nice too. I like that.
Yeah,
I would like that.
So,
okay. The next thing that I worked on this week feels like that game when I went to camp. We brought, what was it that we used to say you packed in your suitcase, or was it when I went to travel, you packed in our suitcase and we all have to remember what we did and go along? Okay. So the other thing that I'm working on is the butterfly vest. And this is a pattern actually from Bruna at the Knitting Loft. And so I don't have any like photos of a finished vest to show you, but so I have to do 4 inches of ribbing. And I have just done over 3 inches. So I think we were about 1 inch last week. So I've done a good solid extra couple of inches in my ribbing, and it's taking a long time. It's a smaller needle, and it's a 1x1 rib. Not my most favorite thing. And as much as I love this yarn, this is not something that I can look away from to do a 1x1 rib, because the fluff factor is so amazing. So you really do have to pay attention. Once I get onto the straight knitting, it will be so much quicker, I'm sure. So this is the Lush yarn, which I have no labels on to tell you about it.
I don't think I have a skein that's
alpaca. Do you have a skein there?
I don't. I have one that it's rolled, so it doesn't have a.
Mine are all rolled up too. Sorry. Okay, so we'll just wing it. I believe it's alpaca, right?
I know it has alpaca in it.
Yes, and it's just gorgeous. This colorway is called Genie, and then the pattern. So like these little bits here, you can imagine what it will look like. This little line across here is done in this next yarn that I'm going to show, as well as the double knit, going the wrong way, the double knit neckband, as well as these really pretty ties.
Little ties,
all little ties, all done in this gorgeous, that is glitter, friends. That is a beautiful stellina. And this is called Starlight, which is a sport yarn. And it is a
Shanico.
Yes, I knew there was an extra word in there. Yes, wool, and it has the stellina in it. And this color is called Rosy Plum, and I think they look really nice together. And I know that this is going to be a really good fall staple, I think. So I'm excited. So I have, like I said, I have just a little under 1 inch to do on the ribbing, but it is like, look at how gorgeous this is. It's so pretty.
Sorry, wrong one. There. So it's 65% Surrey, not Surrey, 20% merino, and 15% silk.
Yes.
Yeah. And it feels amazing. So
it is. It's really beautiful. So hopefully by the time, well, definitely, because we have 2 weeks off. So by the time you get back, I should be well on my way into this vest. And I know that I'm really going to enjoy making it once I get away from the ribbing.
Okay. And I am also working on that vest. And my yarn's falling all over the place here. So I have my ribbing is done, and I've added in my little color here. So mine's a little different in the fact that I am doing it. It's still the Knitting Luck yarn, but I am doing it with their silk mohair, which is called Dust. This colorway is called Faded Caramel. And then my contrast is this here. And this is their Boots yarn, which is their sock yarn, but it's more like a sport weight. It's a plumper yarn. So I'm on to the part now where I'm just, I think I've got maybe almost 2.5, almost 3 inches into the body. And then all of the detail will be done, like all of the bands and the armbands and the ties will all be done with this yarn here.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I am holding the mohair double, which gives me actually a little bit more yardage than the Lush held single.
Yes.
So,
yes. Yeah.
So yeah, so it's really, really working out nicely with this as well. This one is for Jacqueline, so my daughter. But yeah, so I am going to take this with me, but it's not coming with me. It's going to be the knitting from here to the airport and from the airport home. Yeah.
Yes.
So because I had to make some, I had to make some decisions.
And you have to have some progress on it too. So there you go.
So
yeah. Kim has reported back that the dyeing tragedy is that purple dye is now, their floor is now purple. Dye was dropped and the floor is purple. So purple's not a bad color, Kim. It's not too bad to live with a purple floor. Yes. And Dorothy, yes, you're right. As long as nobody got hurt. Or was it Nikki? Yes. As long as nobody got hurt. Good idea. Okay. Next thing that I worked on is, I've got 2 more inches on this too. This is the, pull up my right strand of yarn here. This is the Checker Plate Tee and by Lily Kate France. And I think when we were here last, I had, and I probably should have put this on a cord so I could show it off a little bit better, but it's really coming along. I think I have about 20 more rows before I split for the sleeves. So I'll just kind of show you. That pattern is really starting to develop now. It's hard to see. I should have put it on cord so I could stretch it out, but I'm really into this, and I'm not generally a person who loves working on lace, but I'm telling you, I could have easily just worked on this and nothing else all week. I am into it. Like I'm dialed into this pattern, and I cannot wait to see more of these lace boxes develop. It's putting me in a happy place right now. This is gorgeous yarn. This is the Fleece and Flax by Sonder Yarns. The color is Radio Flyer, and it's lovely to work with. I am enjoying it on needles so much, and I am using metal needles. I think somebody had mentioned they like to use wood needles with this yarn, but I'm using my metal needles, and I really like it. I just can't say how much I'm enjoying this pattern. It's such a clever construction, and I can't wait to get it done. It's probably not going to be warm enough to wear it by the time I get it done, but that's okay.
You never know.
You never know. And maybe I can just put it on like under something else. Yeah, but I'm really happy with it. It's just beautiful. So I did do about 2 inches on that this week. Okay.
Okay, so my next work in progress is a new cast on, but it's still the Butterfly Vest by A Knitting Loft, because I'm doing one someone has a birthday in October that
Yes.
loves purple and sparkle. So I am doing a child-sized version for my granddaughter. So there is what I've got done so far. So for hers, I only did about 2 3/4 inches of the ribbing. And then I've got the little bit of sparkle yarn in here. So again, this is the Knitting Loft Lush. This is the eggplant colorway. The purple is the eggplant. And then the color that I'm doing for her, you can see all that sparkle in there. This is for her bands and the rib, and this is the Starlight. So it's a Knitting Loft Starlight, and this is the colorway Purple Moon. So yeah, so again, this is going to come in the car with me, but it's not going all the way. So this is both of them are working up faster now because I am done the rib on them.
Ribbing. Yeah.
And I mean, Zoe's is going to go fairly quickly. So her birthday is the end of October. So my goal for that is having it done by the end of October. But
yes,
yeah, I think she will. She usually doesn't like wearing knitwear, but I think she loves purple. She loves sparkle, and she could really just wear this over a white t-shirt. And I think she might be okay with it. But yeah, so I'm just kind of, this is actually smaller than the smallest size, but it's going to finish about 24, and Zoe's not very big. So like she's turning 8, but she's really not very big around or all that tall. She's the shortest of her cousins almost. Well, the older cousins, but yeah. So it's fun. And it's nice when it's something that like would be good knitting to take to the coffee shop. Again, for driving. Yeah. Like even when you're doing the rib, it's still good knitting to take with you. Like when you just want to knit and you don't really want to have to think.
Yes.
So
yes.
Yeah. So then after that, I just got to decide on what I want to do. I want to do one for me too, because it's pretty.
It's pretty. It's really pretty. Yeah. I know. I'm excited.
Actually, I have some of the Starlight in the Merlot colorway, so I think I might get some of the Merlot and do it with like the Merlot is it's called Merlot, but it's really a really dark purpley color. Like it's even darker than the eggplant. So
yes,
I'm thinking that I might do that. So
very nice. Okay, and so then the last thing that I worked on this week, cast on again this week, is. Did I do a banner? Yes, I did. I talked about doing these, but I finally put them on needles. So these are the Simply Sporty Shorties by This Handmade Life. And I did have a picture in here of a finished one. So I thought, okay, I really like this pattern. I like anything with that heel tab. And I thought, oh, hey, I would like to do something a little bit speckly. And I don't regret my choices, but I'll just say the speckle interferes with the pattern more than I thought it would. Okay. I thought it was only lightly speckled, and somehow it's coming out a little bit more. Also, though, I will say I have quite a bit of this in my stash. This is deep, deep stash. This is the Knit Picks Hawthorne sock yarn.
Okay.
And although I have quite a bit of it, shamefully, I have never used it for socks. I think I used it once in a shawl. And I don't know, I just thought, but I've heard a lot of people really love this as a sock yarn. It has, I don't know if I can show this really well, but it has quite a high twist to it. And in my mind, I thought maybe it wouldn't be so great on the needles. Okay, boy, was I wrong. So now I'm going to dig in my stash after and start using this. So it is a little bit of a heavier sock yarn because I believe there are 350 meters in a skein as opposed to like, a 420, but it doesn't knit up so thick that it distorts the pattern in any way. So here's what I have so far. I've got the foot done, the heel done. So you can see now
into this pattern. Okay.
Yeah, you know what? You can see it better. I can see it better on camera than I can see it with my naked eye. So I think it's going to be fine when they're done. But it's just that when I got started, I thought, oh, I can hardly see the pattern. But I really, really like it. So things that I've done a little bit differently, I like an extra little bit of color up at the top. So I can take it off up here now. So the inside of my sock is purple as well. Right. And then I knit just a couple of rows. So I thought I was only like a row over the fold, but it turns out I was like, it folds differently.
Okay.
The sneeze is coming on. Sorry. My hay fever is killing me this week. I thought I was right at the halfway point, so I would only have like about a row of this purple exposed, but this one folds differently than those other heel tab shorties. So it turns out I have like about 4 rows that are over, but I'm still okay with that too. This is a really good fit. This is a little bit more of a heel tab than the other one, but I think this one's really going to stay up in shoes excellent. And I've tried this on my foot. So it's got a traditional heel flap and gusset, but then it has in here, it's got that extra, those like extra grabby bits here to really kind of hug the sock into the arch of your foot. And I'm telling you, so far, this is fitting really, really, really well. And I love working with this yarn. I think this would be like, now I think this would be like even a great sock for a man, or sock yarn to use for a man. This is a robust sock, and the stitch definition is good. It's really good. I'm happy with it. And now I'm thinking, I bet you I've got 20 hanks of this stuff in my stash that I have been stockpiling and didn't ever use. And now I'm really feeling bad that I didn't use it, but hey, there's time. I've got time. But this, so yeah, it's just, oh, and the purple is the Barocco sock yarn. And also really nice to work with. So the Barocco sock yarn, you might think it's quite a bit thinner. And I would say by the looks of it and the feel of it, it is thinner, but yet once I knit it all up, like I don't see any difference. So that's what I'm saying. That Hawthorn really doesn't knit up like a bulky sock. And this feels really good on the foot. So I'm excited to get these ones finished and get an opportunity to start wearing them. I think this would be a really good, like a walking sock. I like the way it's really hugging into the foot. So that's a fun little pattern too. And that I had no business casting on this week when I have so many other things to do, but I couldn't help it. It was on my mind. I wanted to do it.
Okay, so my last whip that I worked on this week is the Alcott by Mary Henderson. And I do have a picture. Here we go. So you can see in her version, it's got a V-neck. I changed it to a round neck. So I've actually got it to the point now where I've got it off the, it is actually off all needles. Anything that's left now is just on barber cord. So I have a barber cord at the back neck. I've got a barber cord at the front neck stitches. And then I've got a little bit of a barber cord underneath each of the arms. So I just have to go back and pick everything up and do my ribbing for it. So I did steek it. So it's got a steek up each armhole, and then it had a steek that was put in here until you went all the way up to the neck. So when I do my steeks, I actually go back and I needle felt them.
Right. Yeah.
So you kind of get where this is all matted. So I do like felt it enough so that once you cut it, the yarn's basically all stuck to each other. And then I just cut right down the center of that middle stitch in your steek. Let's see if I made any other differences. Yes, I did. Okay, so the shoulders were actually farther apart, or not farther apart, wider. So I made them narrower. Like I took another vest pattern that I had done and I made them narrower. And then I made sure that when I broke for the neck, I wanted this pattern here. I wanted a full repeat of this pattern before I broke. Now, when I put the neckband on, it's going to bring this up another like 3/4 of an inch or so.
Right. Yeah. And
then I think, I've got this ribbon. Hold it back so you can see it.
Nice.
That I think I might use to cover the steeks on the inside, just so that you have a nice clean finish on the inside. So it's got kind of like the coral and the green in there, and I think it'll look good with
that's a good match
with the vest. Yep. So I think I'll just do it around the armholes. I don't think I'll put anything. I don't know yet whether I'm going to put anything on here. I'll see what it's like when it's done. But yeah, I'm really happy with it. This is Jameson and Smith 2-ply jumper weight yarn. I did not pick these colors. These are the colors that the designer picked. And yeah, I love working with sticky yarn like that, and it's so magical when you cut that steek. Like
all of a sudden the sweater appears.
Yeah, and then you can hold it out and see what it's really like, because by the time I was done this, like this was all bunched up like this on the needles, and you couldn't really spread it out and see what the size was. So then once you cut it, it's almost like magic. And like honestly, like those steeks, they're going nowhere because your knitting doesn't want to unravel sideways. Like if you drop a stitch, it's going down. Your knitting really doesn't want to unravel sideways. So so anyway, this is not coming with me. I will finish up the neckband and the armband once I get home. And yeah, I don't want to, I mean, I won't be wearing it there, so I don't want to bring all this with me with all the colors that I need to finish it. And but that will be one of the first things I finish when I get home. So yeah, it was a fun knit.
Yeah, it turned out really good.
Thanks. So
what color is the neck and armbands a solid color, or does it have a stripe in it as well?
It's got the corrugated ribbing like there is in the in the down at the bottom. So
very nice.
Yeah. So okay, that's all I worked on.
Okay. Yes. Oh yeah, so I have more whips than that. These are just the things that I put in time on this week. So yeah.
Okay. So as far as the projects that I'm taking with me, it'll be the Beaver Schwan socks. It will also be my Fidelio socks that I'm working on for Christmas of 2025. So they will come with me. I'm bringing that baby sweater because I want it finished. And then I'm taking 2 new projects. So I've got a picture here. And the first one is a pair of socks that I'm doing for Jillian, who is every fiber of my being. So these socks are called knit socks. So this pattern is not out yet, but it is, when I picked up my copy of the pattern for her, I have a copy of the pattern that hasn't been to the test knitter or to who do they send it to? The tech editor. Hasn't been to the tech editor yet, but I'm knitting this pair for her for a sample. So I am doing, these are the colors that I'm using. So it is the Leo and Roxy. This is their sock yarn. So that is their marled. And then, but it's almost like it's not so much a white marl. It's almost like a light gray with it.
Okay. Yes.
Or maybe it's just my eyes. I don't know. Anyway, this color is called, I believe it's called Rosy. Let me just check. Yes, Rosy. So then the knit, it's going to be the Rosy, the Leo, and then the Rosy. And then it's got a couple of little stripes around the toe of the sock. So it is color work. So that knit will go on one side and the front. So if there's a long carry in between, I'll do some ladder back jacquard to take it from one side to the other. But yeah, and the pattern is going to be written both toe up and cuff down.
Yes. Very good.
Yeah.
Sarah says, fun. That would be great. Yeah. You could do one sock, knit, and the other one could be fun.
Yep. Yeah. So I'm taking that with me. So.
And Amy, yes, I agree. I love their sock marl. It's a good marl. Yes, for sure.
Yeah. And then the other project that I'm taking that I haven't started yet is the line scarf by Vivian Hawksborough. And here is a picture of that.
Oh, fun.
And this is this is a kit that I got when I was in Denmark from Vivian Hawksborough. And it is done in Filcolana Pernia, which is 100% wool. I think it's Peruvian Highland. Yeah, it's Peruvian Highland wool. It's 175 meters and 50 grams. So it's basically like a little bit heavier fingering weight. So I think that will be good knitting. And I do have a prim needle in the size that I need that is plastic. So I want to get this started, and I think it will be good plain knitting. So that's what I'm taking. This pattern is not on Ravelry, but she does have a website. I think it's viv.dk. She does have a website, and the pattern is on her website.
Okay. Okay.
And I'm doing it in exactly the colors that are shown there.
Very nice.
And that's it. So I figure 3 pairs of socks, a baby sweater, and a scarf Should be enough.
Should keep you busy for what, 2 weeks?
2 weeks, yeah. 2.5 weeks.
2.5, yeah.
So, and if not, I'll have leftovers from some of the sock things that I can do another sock.
Very good.
But I'm sure that should be lots.
Yes.
So, yeah. Okay. Did you buy anything this week?
I did. Did you?
I didn't buy anything, but I've got something to show, but you go ahead.
Okay. Well, I shouldn't have done that. Okay. So, oh, you know what? I just realized you showed it last week. I ran out of off camera upstairs to get my knitting loft yarn, and I just realized you actually did show it last week. So, but since I talked about it, I might as well show it again in case anybody wasn't here. So when Noelle went to the knitting loft sale, I had asked her to get me some more of that Mesa yarn that I'm using, and I wanted this colorway is called Iced Blue, and I'm planning to do a very cabled sweater with this yarn. And when she gave it to me the other night, we got together for dinner, and when we were outside, it didn't look blue at all. Now on camera, it looks blue again. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looked very gray, almost like a purple gray when we were out to dinner. But now that I'm inside at inside light, it does look very blue again. So it's maybe a tricky yarn. I know though that the cables are going to show up really well. This is the whole time that I'm using this for color work, although I'm enjoying the sweater, the sheep camp sweater that I'm doing with the color work, I just kept thinking, this needs to be a cable sweater. This should be a cable sweater. This is like such good definition. It's a high twist, and it is 100% Peruvian Highland. So I did get a sweater quantity of this. I don't know which sweater yet. I've got a few. There's a few options, but this is the yarn. Okay, so that was that purchase. And then the other things I have are to show from yesterday at Kitchener. So if you want to go ahead and show your thing, and then I'll do Kitchener.
Okay, so our friend Heather, who is Timber Yarns, she kindly sent us a couple of packages for giveaway. So this is her, I know, isn't it nice? This is her twin sock. So this colorway, I believe, is called, I'm twinkling it. I believe it's called Just Pink. And it's all different pinks in it. So we will be giving these away in October, which is Breast Cancer Month. So we've got 2 sets of these to give away. So it comes with your 2 skeins that will give you a perfectly matched pair of socks, and then a mini skein that coordinates with it. She's also got these little gnomes with hearts in the middle. And
oh my goodness, they're so cute.
And then some hot chocolate that is all we need is love. So thank you so much to Heather. Her yarn is a joy to knit with. So
yes, it is.
Take a look at her website. She's got lots of great colors. And yeah, thanks, Heather. We love your yarn. I know I was thinking I should be taking some of that with me too to knit, but
yes. Well, the thing about that self-striping yarn
for October,
we can't stop knitting it because you knit one color stripe and
I know,
just like,
and then you
want I'll just knit another row, and you know that it's only 4 rows before the next color, and you think I can do 4 rows really quickly, and then you get into that color, and then your mind says you can do 4 more rows, and you cannot put a self-striping sock down. I have a hard time putting it down anyway. It just compels me to keep going. So
I know. So I might have to get that out. So maybe I'm not done packing my knitting stuff
maybe
yet.
You're not done packing. No, maybe not. Maybe not. So. Okay, so I went to the Kitchener KW Fair yesterday, and maybe people are expecting a big haul, and I bought 1 skein of yarn there, and I cannot show it because it is a surprise skein for a project that I will show when the project is done. I can't show it yet. So there's that. And then the other thing, this is so sad. The other thing that I bought some really cool little fun items that I also can't show because they are all gifts to people. So I just can't show them. So it's, I will take photos of everything though. And then after I have gifted it, I will show it off because the makers deserve to be celebrated. They had beautiful, beautiful things, things that I can show. So this is a little bit of a funny story. When I went to Flock together in April, Lindsay was kind enough to give me a crash course on English paper piecing because I wanted to make this quilt. And so I got started, and she told me which needles I needed. And since April, and this is ridiculous, since April, I have been on a mission to find them. And I walked into KW, and it was one of the first booths we went to. They had them. So I bought needles, and I can show everybody I got needles. Size 10 milliners is what she told me to buy. And then the funny little story behind this is that Lindsay wasn't there yesterday. She was at a quilting retreat, but her mom was there. Okay. And I get a text from Ruth, and she's like, Kelly, I'm at this booth, and they have your needles that you're looking for. And I said, I know, I just bought them. So people are just always looking out for me. And so that's very kind. Thank you. So I can show that. And then I do have one. Well, okay. So I have two other things that I can show. And the other thing that I bought is this book that I got. It is Jennifer Cardenas Riggs, Embroidery Now. I got this from the Grantham bookseller. He always has great books. And what I like about this book is I already have an embroidery book, but a lot of the patterns are quite floral and maybe not all exactly to my taste. But this one has a lot of like very interesting things, and not just on knits. It's on like this page, for instance, you can see, and like this with the hands coming down the shoulder on the dress, I really like. And I will just show you a couple of things at the back. So there are quite a few patterns in here, and just, things maybe that I'm drawn a little bit more to. And well, there's another one too. I really liked like that one, the hand with the flower. Yeah. But the one I'm trying to get to, hang on one second, is hiding. Oh, here we go. So look at some of these ones. Mm-hmm. I really like things like that, like the sort of the more geometric, or there was one more picture that I really liked in here too. Where'd it go? I should have sticky noted these. Sorry. I just want to show one more. So this one also does, okay, yeah, we're coming up to it. So fun other things too, like working on straw totes, putting little tassels and some light embroidery. And this is one of the other ones that I really liked as well, with the sun. And the one that I'm looking for, I think, is right ahead of this one. Oh, I didn't even see that, but that's super cool too. Look at this. Herringbone ladder stitched jeans. Mm-hmm. I would like to do that. I'm probably not going to find the one I want just because, oh, there it is. I thought I could do something like this on a sweater. I have a sweater that I finished that Sarah helped me do on her knitting machine, and I am just waiting to do the embroidery. The sweater is finished, and I haven't found quite the right thing, but I did really like this, and I thought this could be a contender. Oops, going the wrong way. This is the phases of the moon with the stars, and I thought that could be really cool, kind of coming across one shoulder. So anyway, I got this book, and I'm pretty pleased with it. I think I will get a lot of use out of that, or inspirational ideas anyway. And then the other thing that I didn't buy, but I've decided that I want, is I stopped at Gélène Yarns, and I got some yarn from her last year to make my Alpenglow, which I did finish, and I photographed, but I haven't posted because by the time I finished it, because I was late finishing it due to the wrist injury, it was already almost into summer weather, and it just didn't seem right to be posting photos of a winter sweater in the summer. So I've kind of held off, and I will be posting those pictures soon. That sweater is like one of my all-time favorites. I love that sweater. So I was talking to her yesterday, and lo and behold, of course, she had this other beautiful sweater there. I just took a quick picture, and so it's a very basic sweater. It's the Broom sweater by Andrea Mowry. And so it's using, though, the same color that I used, which is Precious Rock, this one here. So I still have more than a half a skein left of this. And then she used a plain light gray base, and then she used her Surrey alpaca dyed in Precious Rock, and held that to get that very subtle. But since I have this left, I have a sweater quantity of a very light colored Surrey alpaca, I thought maybe what I would do is reverse engineer that, just because it's a sweater that I like. And just last week we were talking about how much I love the neutral look, but they're not the most enjoyable. You know, they're not something that is really sparking joy when you're knitting because it's a plain base. But then when it's done, you love having that neutral item in your wardrobe. So she had only one skein of this left because it's such a popular color. So she's going to be dyeing some more for me. And then I will add this with my Surrey and I will get something very similar to what she got. And the sweater, the drape of that sweater. So this is her Sweet 17 base. And although it is by yardage, it's classified as a fingering weight. This is a yarn that I knit up as a sport weight. And if you are using it in like not as a main yarn, but like as a yoke or something, you could go so far as to stretch this up to a DK. This is a really incredible yarn. And it takes the dye beautifully. So if you look at Gillen Yarns on her website, that's something that you might want to check out. I can't speak enough about how much fun I had with that yarn. And then there's one last thing from KW that I want to talk about. So at Flock Together last year, I met Terry, and I didn't realize that Terry had a little yarn store. And I also didn't. So I was talking to her at KW yesterday, and she was telling me about this little quilt shop. Well, this quilt shop, so, okay, I'm not from London, so I didn't know this, but this quilt shop is located inside the Western Fairgrounds. And I didn't know that the Western Fair was open on Saturdays and Sundays. It's open as a market. So she said that this quilt shop was there and it's quite amazing. And then also her little yarn store is there. So she is called Knits by Terry Louise Woods. I'll just show you her card. And then this is what Terry looks like if you go to visit her. And she says that also across from their shops is a really good bakery. So I thought that this could be a fun little...
like across from the shop in the Western Fair?
In the Western Fair. So it's all part of the market. So I was thinking that this could be a fun little road trip that we might take and check this out. Go to the little quilt store, go to the yarn store, get a few good baked goods on the way home. Sounds like it could be a lovely morning. And they are opened on Saturday and Sunday. So didn't know that. So learned something new and was happy to learn that. But yeah, so that is Maria says the Sweet 17 is her favorite from Gillette. It is such good yarn, such good yarn. Okay.
Okay, so we should talk about the knit-alongs that we have going on.
Yes.
Okay, so by the time we come back, a month will have finished, and we will be drawing prizes for September socks. So for our sock make-along, all you have to do is enter socks as you finish them. So every month we go back to the beginning of the year and we look at all the entries from the beginning of the year to the end of that month, and we draw 2 prizes. So one is a pattern prize by our friend Natalie, who is Kelly.
Who is Remembrances_Natalie Sheldon.
Natalie Sheldon. Okay. And then we have a sock yarn prize. And then at the end of the year, we'll go back and we'll have like a grand prize at the end of the year. And we'll go back again to the beginning of January and all the entries to the end of December. And we are hoping to make it to 5,000 pairs for 2025. So.
Okay. And then the other one that we have going on is our sweater stash down. That was started on August the 1st and it runs until November the 30th. And it is for an adult size sweater. And you have to use at least 75% of the sweater has to be stash yarn. And whips are permitted as long as they were less than 25% completed at the beginning of August. So you've still got time. We are still halfway through September, lots of time to the end of November to knit yourself a sweater and get in on that make along as well. There's already some nice entries in there. So I encourage you to get on board with that one and have some fun with it too. And I have lately been really thinking about my stash and just all the things that I want to do with it. So I think that has sort of played into why I have not been buying as much lately, because I realize I've got some really beautiful yarn in there and it's been pulling me back in to say, hey, knit with me, knit with me. Yeah. And I've been finding some little treasures along the way too. So I want to dive in there too.
Yeah. So, okay. So we really appreciate everybody coming in and spending time with us tonight.
Yes.
So I guess I need to go pack. So, But we will, remember, we will be back on October the 7th, was it?
7th, yes.
October the 7th. So
as long as that is a
will
Tuesday, yes.
Yeah, so that will be, we'll be doing something with the Timber Yarns giveaway. We will be announcing prizes for the sock. Hopefully we'll have some finishes, and we'll be glad to see you and talk to you all again. So, and remember, don't forget about the Flock Together, if you can make that, St. Thomas, October the 3rd to the 5th. Yeah, so take care, everybody. Have a great couple of weeks. And we will see you next month.
We will. Yes.